Good evening, vinyl community. Tuesday night. Well, I've been doing a lot of thrifting the last couple days, and I got some stuff in from the Big A. So let's go ahead and go through this stuff. And there's some surprises in here that I was shocked to find out that I liked. And um, I had a problem with eBay too that I will talk to you about. Um, First thing was I got these in the mail. This is Tori Amos. You know, I love my Tori Amos. And I didn't have this CD single. It's Scarlet's Walk, from Scarlet's Walk. It's Jackie's Strength. Great song. I'm not sure if this is a takeoff on Jackie Kennedy or not. I often wondered that. But it has some other songs on the back. This one here I got today. Steve Winwood, all live. But I was looking on here to see where it was live, and I couldn't find where it was live. But it was 2017, and a couple people in the vinyl community suggested I get this. So I'm looking forward to giving this a spin here as soon as I get done making this video. I'm a big Steve Winwood fan, and I was saying last night on the show that I seen him live in Orlando. I got this extended play EP of John and Vangelis. This is "I'll Find My Way Home." It's a great song. It's from the Friends of Mr. Cairo. You like John Anderson, dip your toe into the albums he did with Vangelis. And this is the EP from that. So that was pretty cool to get. Got this off of eBay. I found this today for $3. It's in really good shape. Vinyl's real nice. And it's on the RSO label. Everybody knows Saturday Night Fever, or as I've at least heard of Saturday Night Fever. But I'm a big Bee Gees fan, so to get all these songs, and when I was working out last night over at the gym, I was playing some of the Bee Gees more disco songs from the late 70s, and it's pretty good to work out on. Better than having something to mellow, that's for sure, when you're on the treadmill. Found these in a thrift store. These three right here. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. Never heard this album before. Dan Fogelberg, River of Souls. This might have been one of his later ones. It was recorded in '93. I'm not sure what year he passed away. But he was a great songwriter. He has an album with Tim Weisberg, I think. I need to find that one. And then I found Mazzy's favorite, Phil Collins, live. This was in really good shape, except the back has got a crack on it, but these are only $1 a piece. So, yeah, I wanted to get this back in my collection. I used to have it. Seriously Hits Live. Then I ran across this, and being the good Navy man that I am, I couldn't leave this behind. God Bless America, Lee Greenwood. And then he also does Amazing Grace. But yeah, that's pretty cool to find that for $1. I picked that up. That's for sure. All day long. Today, while I was out, must have been Jazz Day. That's for certain, because I found a lot of jazz. And I went to the Goodwill today, and I went to another couple thrift stores and found some stuff. And you never find hardly anything at the Goodwill. If you do, it's Jim Neighbors or Andy Williams, Gomer Pyle, all them people. And but to find these here, all of these were all jazz. Somebody must have just went in and dropped them off. There was one record in here that's not jazz, and I'll show that one at the end. But the rest of these were They're all jazz. And these were $1 a piece in the Walmart that I went. I mean, what did I say? Walmart? No, not the Walmart. Goodwill. At the Goodwill that I went to today. So this one here, Herbie Mann. I'm just starting to get into Herbie Mann. This one here is called London Underground, and it's a promo. But there's no sticker on it. But I looked up the number and it came out to be a promo. So Herbie Mann is my first Herbie Mann. See how many I can find. This album here, I didn't know who this was, but there's a good lot of people playing with this guy. John Hall. If anybody out there has ever heard of him. And John Hall has, this is on Elektra, he has James Taylor, Carly Simon, it has Lowell George, Bonnie Raitt, David Lindley, David Sanborn, just a whole bunch of people. On Michael Brecker. So I didn't know who, and Steve Gadd. I didn't know who John Hall was, but once I started reading all these people for $1, heck yeah, all day long. Found this one there, Stanley Turrentine. I already have one of his albums. He's a jazz guy, and I really like that one. So for $1, that one was going home with me. This album here just looked interesting. The album's called Dreams. I looked it up when I got home, and it's jazz. So I'm giving this a listen here shortly. And there's a bunch of people on this one here that I've heard of before. The Brecker brothers are on here. And this guy must have loved the Brecker brothers. And Billy Cobham Jr. is on this. John Abercrombie. So there's quite a few big names on this album here. So basically it's a Michael and Randy Brecker album with a bunch of friends. Then I found this one there, Rosie Vella. And for, like I say, for $1, I didn't know who Rosie Vella was, but again, I started reading the back. And when Jimmy Haslip was on here, Jim Keltner, Tony Levin, Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, Jimmy Haslip, Rick Derringer, all these people are on this record. So, yeah, that was really nice to find. And I looked it up, and I'd never heard of that person before. Anthony Braxton. Found this album there today. It's a white label promo, but it didn't have the second album in it. But for $1, I picked it up. I have never heard of Anthony Braxton. I've heard of some of the VC people out there talk about Anthony Braxton, but I don't, never heard of him. So this is the Montreux Berlin concerts, but I only have disc 1 and 2. So if I ever get back up there, I'll see if it's there, but I didn't see it. So, but anyway, I picked that up. Sometimes you pick them up, sometimes you leave them. Most of the time, I pick them up. Bob James. This album's called Heads, I guess because of the Buffalo Head nickel. And there's a bunch of famous people on this one here, too, it's playing with Bob James. Again, David Sanborn. And David Sanborn will come up again later with the CDs that I found later in the day, but at a different store. Michael Brecker's on here again. David Sanborn, Patty Austin, Michael Maneri, Alfonso Johnson, Eric Gale, Andy Newmark. There's a ton of people on here that are big-time jazz people. Grover Washington Jr., Eric Gale. So I'm glad to pick this one up. I've seen this one time before in a Goodwill, another Goodwill, but didn't have the album in it. Or it had the album, no, it had the album in it, but it was all scratched up and messed up, so I didn't pick it up. But yeah, this one here was in really nice shape. Here's another band. I didn't know who these people were. Toulouse. Never heard of them before. But I figure I'd grab it. It was with the rest of them. And it has on here, it says, special thanks to John Paul Jones. That must be the same man that was in Led Zeppelin, I'm thinking. And some of these other people, percussion, Ronnie Hawkins, and Jimmy Johnson been in this band, and There's another guy named Barry Beckett. I've never heard of any of these people, except for Billy Clemens. If anybody out there knows anything about that, I just love the cover. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I found all those today at the Goodwill, and then we went to another thrift store. And while I'm picking up vinyl and CDs, my wife is grabbing scarves and shirts and sweaters and pants and all the clothes, you know. So then Stanley Jordan, I found him today. That's a great album. I listened to that earlier, called Flying Home. I wasn't sure if I had a copy of this or not, but I went ahead and got it anyway. And I haven't found the other copy yet, but even if I did, for $1, I wasn't going to leave these jazz CDs there. I'd rather have 2 copies or 3 copies than leave one. But you don't see them all the time. These are hard to find. You might find one every 5 years. So I was glad to get that Stanley Jordan album. This one's called Flying Home. He did a bunch of CDs. This was probably from the 1988. But if you ever listen to this guy, he's an incredible guitarist. Very underrated guitarist. Pat Metheny, who's not underrated. This is a live album. This was all these CDs were $0.25. David Sanborn. This one here is called A Change of Heart. And these 2 CDs of David Sanborn, I had them before, and they're very good jazz. This one, and then this one here is called Straight to the Heart. These are really good CDs. And they have Marcus Miller. He has Marcus Miller's in his band. Trying to see who else is in this band. It's about the only one I recognize. But I've never seen David Sanborn, but I would have liked to back in the 90s. And I seen this one there, and I listened to it, and I didn't like it. I saw Todd Rundgren, and the album was called No World Order. But it's he does a lot of rap and stuff in here. I don't know what he was. This was back in '92, so yeah, I'm not real crazy about this one. This one here might end up going out for VCLT. We'll see. I don't think it's going to stay in here for Doug. And this one was the surprise one. These people are the Lemonheads, and somebody was listening to these people or talking about them on the vinyl community. It's stuck in my head. And this album's called It's a Shame About Ray. And I listened to it, and it's kind of like punk. And I never was into punk, but not all the songs are like punk. And this came out in '92, but I liked it. I liked most of it. I'd say I like about 80% of it. That's maybe a CD that might just grow on me. I don't know if they have any more CDs out than this one, or if that's the only one they made, or yeah. So I found that one, and these, like I said, these were all $0.25. All 5 of those, all 6 of those were 25 cents a piece at this place. They're, you know, they're damn near letting you take them out the store for free, just about, for $0.25. That's about all I got on what I found today. Y'all have a great rest of your evening and a good week. I plan on getting out tomorrow and the next day. I plan on going every day this week. Thrift stores. I'm not going to be hitting any antique malls. I'm going to try to keep it on the lowdown. All that stuff I just showed you, I picked all that up with the exception of the stuff from Amazon for like $20. Records were $1, CDs were $0.25. So there's stuff out there. You just got to get out and you got to look and you got to dig and you got to get into drawers and look underneath the shelves and dig around. Go into these antique places in these thrift stores, and a lot of times I'll go in a thrift store and I'll ask the person, "Do you have any other stuff in the back you haven't brought out yet, or You know, just I kind of beat the bushes every day, just trying to find stuff to bring to the table to show you guys and gals. So I hope you enjoy what you see. If you like what you see, sub my channel, ring the bell, and that way you'll know whenever I have another show. I usually show on Tuesday night and Saturday night. Sometimes I'm late by a day. But y'all have a great rest of your evening. Thanks all for all my subscribers. I love you all, and I look every day to see if I got any new people, and then I send to give them a shout out when I get a new person. I'll give them a shout out to sub them up if they have a channel. So y'all have a great rest of your night and rest of your week, and like I said, and y'all take care. Bye for now.